Uh, Thank you very much. And it's my pleasure to be here in this studio to speak over this wonderful project. First, let me start by acknowledging the funders of this project, UK Digital Access Program, and the managing partner, KICTANet, as well as over 12 implementing partners downstream, including the county governments of Busia and Mandera. The core of this project is to empower citizens in Mandera and Busia with fundamental digital skills. But one may ask, why Busia? Why Mandera? You note Mandera is in arid and semi-arid areas of Kenya. Busia is not. But both of them share one peculiar thing, and that is both are food insecure countries of Kenya. And we felt that digital skills can empower the citizens by improving their economic livelihoods, increasing their earnings, increasing their employment opportunities and job opportunities so that they can have reasonable or improved livelihoods. We are focusing on essential areas like agriculture, health, business, education, and more so government services. You know, now our government is taking services to be digital. Day by day, these are increasing. That's why we have eCitizen and other platforms. We are also placing a significant emphasis on reaching digitally excluded populations, especially women, girls, people with disabilities, senior citizens, and of course people in the rural areas and marginalized communities. Our objectives range from basic digital literacy to advanced employability skills, creating awareness, campaigns, and fostering collaboration with various stakeholders to ensure sustainable access to digital technology and content and platforms, and more important, opportunities, and more significantly, join the digital economy. It is crucial because these groups of our society often face more significant barriers to digital access. Some could be culturally fostered, others could be economic, others could be social, and therefore, in solving the digital divide and making them live like the other citizens of our nation, it is important to include them. And by equipping them with digital skills, we are unlocking their potential to participate fully in the economy and society. For instance, in both Mandera and Busia, women are often the backbone of their communities. Providing them with digital tools enhances their economic independence and overall well-being. Similarly, ensuring accessibility of digital devices, digital tools, digital opportunities for PWDs is not just about inclusion. It's about recognizing their rights and their contribution as citizens. So we cannot leave them behind. We want them to feel like just any other normal human being. The community digital champions are the heart of the design of this project. Why is that the case? Without them, we would not have been able to train over 500 citizens in a short time of 6 months or less. So it was designed that we have, and indeed we have prepared up to date 8,523 community digital champions. And we wanted each one of these to go and train the citizens, about 100 of them. So you can imagine we were targeting about 10,000 times 100. That's 1 million citizens. So we knew about our model, that if we use community digital champions, our program would be scalable. We can train many Kenyans and leave great impact on communities. So they provide on-the-ground support and training and mentorship, ensuring that digital skills are transferred effectively and sustainably within their communities. They speak the local languages, like in Mandela, they could speak Somali, and therefore even the women that never went to school could understand digital skills and learn from the community digital champions using their language. They understand the local context and are trusted members of their communities. Therefore, very effective in spreading digital literacy, and for us, they made our project and program scalable and to reach the numbers, the big numbers that we reach. We are working closely with the digital service providers. And who is the number one digital service provider? The people providing internet, the people providing platforms, like Caro providing weather information for farmers. The others providing AI tools to detect diseases on crops. The others providing platforms for online digital jobs for the youths. There is, of course, the government services that are digital. So all these stakeholders, we have engaged them so that they can support our program by providing what is valuable to the citizens. We are also focusing on making these services accessible through affordable internet and devices, which is critical in areas like Mandera and Busia. And for this, we are speaking to some stakeholders like Community Authority of Kenya to really see, can they increase access of internet in places like Mandera using the Universal Service Funds, so that also the citizens there can be able to use digital skills. We are aiming for a long-lasting impact. And remember, the foundation, the motivation, the impetus of this program was to transform people's lives through digital skill literacy. How can you change someone's life if you are not changing their income? If it is farmers, you want that farmer on the farm to be able to post their cabbages, let's say on their social media, and some people calling them saying, I can buy that 1 acre of cabbages at this much. Can I send my lorry and the money and my driver? Without that mama struggling, how will I go to the market? Who will help cutting these packages, cabbages and packing them? So you need to see the long-lasting, and remember, once somebody has skills are not for one day. The knowledge that I got through my education, I'll be using it until death. So when you transform a farmer, that farmer can only go increasing that knowledge, maximizing its use, getting the benefits of using that knowledge, The same case with the youth. Once you show the youth that with your smartphone here, you could make money. You could be preparing small videos of training people on something, how to make a cake, or depending on your interest, and you be posting on TikTok or some other places, and some people will say, yeah, do you want more training? Yes, then pay this. These are free, these are premium. And you start earning money. So, and that skill, once they have it forever. So you have changed their life. So we can say, number one, we want to see sustainable digital literacy growth, empowering women and marginalized groups in what we call diversified local economies through digital entrepreneurship, improved access to essential services, not only for government, but even others that can save them money and time. Instead of coming for a birth certificate from Mandera to Nairobi, yet they can order for it from Mandera on their phone. You have saved them time, you have saved them money, and that's what we want. We also want to strengthen the network of community digital champions and see improvements in digital infrastructure and policy frameworks ultimately to support such initiatives that can transform the people's lives, the citizens' lives, and create more inclusive and digitally empowered society that contribute to the economy by participating particularly in the digital economy that is very critical and important in this digital era. Yes, this is paramount, that in the design of this program, we incorporated the generation of knowledge products. Why are they important? Because some of the challenges, for example, the poor internet infrastructure in places like Mandela could be improved through policy, where we say people in Asal, every sub-county should have certain number or certain percentage of people accessing internet given through Universal Service Fund. So if we don't bring policy that is informed by data or recommendations that are informed by data, then the policymakers will say, these are your opinions. But now we have gone to the ground, we have interviewed people, we have asked them what are their challenges. They have said it is the internet, they have said it is power, or they have said it is any other challenges they spoke about. So when we are writing our policy recommendations, it's not our opinion, it's from research. And therefore research becomes now part of this. So even as we support the communities, we are also collecting data to do research so that we can now inform government agencies that formulate policies, and then of course those that implement policies, and they can believe it because they can, whatever question they ask, how do we know this is true? We can show data. We can tell them how we did it in the field, and they can believe it, and therefore say, oh, if that's the case, if that's how the ground is, then let's implement this policy. Let's adapt to this policy. So we have a number of digital products, including journal articles that we are going to publish. We have policy brief that I think from next week we shall be sharing after the dissemination seminar. And we have products like this that are also revealing the insights and the long-term gains of this project. So these products will guide systemic improvements and inform policy changes in both the national and county levels. We are also working on standards and guidelines, and our goal is to ensure that digital development is guided by evidence-based policies and practices from research. Yeah, well, of course, you know, as you move to our communities, particularly in the rural areas, there are a number of challenges. So, for example, you want to train someone on digital skills. Most of them don't have a smartphone. They have what Kenyans call kabambe or feature phone. Now, that means their functionality, their applications, they cannot access. Others, so the issue of lack of smartphones, leave alone a computer. Some people, for example, some people I saw in some of the counties, this will be their first computer and their last computer. They will never buy a laptop. They will never access a desktop. So if they don't have this, you can imagine where are they then in the world? Because the world is operating on digital devices. So we find access to technology is a major challenge of skill development. So we would like government to have engagement with providers of devices to lower some of the models that can be used by farmers and by other people so that they can afford. The other aspect we found, power, internet in the rural, the things that we assume that they are always there in Nairobi here. It's not obvious that in the countryside that they are available. And we found that then is a challenge because some of our community digital champions were saying, okay, they went to train. They are training through their smartphone and Mamboga there or that citizen, maybe even if they are lucky, has a smartphone, but the citizen can say, I have no power to charge. I have my smartphone, but you can't train me. I have to look for power several kilometers. Same case, one may say, I can't afford the internet, so I don't have bundles. So these were challenges we met on the ground. And we want to highlight them so that policymakers can then say, okay, we want everyone to have digital skills, but there are challenges. Are there some that we can start addressing? So one of the main challenges is the digital infrastructure, as we said, including access to devices, internet, power, and even computers for the youth. Because there are things you can do with a smartphone, but there are things like maybe video editing for professional work that you need to have a better device. So internet access, a major one. Affordability of it, another handle. We also learned the importance of tailoring our approach to the specific needs and context of each community. So we thought collaboration with the local stakeholders is crucial for success. The other thing we learned is that the importance of local language content, which we found most apps, we don't have many in Luo, we don't have many in Somali language, we don't have many in other languages. So then you can imagine those people who never went to school, they are kind of marginalized. They are kind of left behind. Yet the whole world is in the digital era. So the importance of local language cannot be underemphasized. We have also learned that flexibility and adaptability are key due to the unique situations in each county. Mandera is vast. Population is perhaps not very big. Busia is not very vast, but it could have its own challenges that are unique to it, and Mandela has its own unique. For example, one unique thing we realized in Mandela, they rely on river Dawu, the river that borders Ethiopia and Kenya, for their irrigation, because they don't have much rain. Now that river is dry 3 months of the year. What does that mean? No agricultural activity for 3 months of the year. What does that mean to their livelihood? Their livelihood is affected because they have nothing to sell for those 3 months. Thank you very much, Kerere Studio, or Kerere Digital Studio. It has been my pleasure to speak to you.